Hello, my name is Remik, and we spent half an hour together. And I would like to share with you the experiences we collected during development of an application to help people apply and practice everyday standardized work. So at the beginning, it was research project supported also by some European Union funds. But now this is software which is working in several companies, and we still improve this software together with our industrial partners. So before we started to work on to think about digitalization, it was several years ago. The reason why we began to think about is that we realized that there is a lot of electronic tools, digital tools around everybody, every one of us. And for example, these are smartphones. And we realized that probably all this IT stuff, all this digital stuff, which is now available cheaper and cheaper, could help people practice Lean or apply Lean. So that's why in our institute, which is I work for Lean Enterprise Institute Poland, we created such team called or unit called Soft4Lean, and the mission of this unit is to we want to help people to apply Lean, to practice Lean easier and with less effort, because practicing Lean, of course, gives us more efficiency, better results. But also it takes time. Nothing comes for free. So I would like to share with you the experiences we gathered when we, together with our industrial partners, tried to use digital technologies to help companies practice standardized work. Why we started with standardized work? Because this is so key element of Lean. Like Taichi Ono said, without standards, there can be no improvement. So the continuous improvement means we improve the work we do, then we standardized, we create the new standard. Then we improve again and create new standard. And standardized work, in short, is the best known in the moment method to perform work efficiently, safely, and without defects. So this is really important thing. And when we go to a manufacturing company, when we go to shop floor, we can see standard work. For example, we can see standard work instructions. Like we can see instructions at the assembly stations. We can see like maintenance instruction or changeover instructions. Excuse me. At the machines, we can see instructions in a warehouse, for example, the picking up instruction, and at control stations, how to control, for example, I don't know, manufacturing line or a line in batch industry. There is a lot of instructions. These are standard work instructions. And we visited more than dozens companies and talked to them, guys, how you assess the way you implement standardized work? Is it successful? Does it help you or not? And in many cases, they told us it's not easy to apply standardized work. And the main reason is because operators in many cases don't use instructions. Even if we do instructions, we prepare instructions, operators, they don't want to use it. So we decided to look deeper in this problem, to look closer and understand what are the reasons. And there is several reasons. And here on this screen, you only see few of them. But I would like to focus on these few. So first reason is people don't have time to make instructions. So in the production managers in some companies told us we want to have standardized work. People don't use it, but when we went to the workstations, we realized there is no instructions. And people told us, yes, we know we need to do standard work instructions, but we don't have time to do it. In other companies, operators told us, we have instructions, but they are not good. We perform our job in different way. So we browsed these instructions and we realized they were made in a hurry. So in these instructions, there were some critical things missing, like key points. Important key points were missing, or instructions were too detailed. Because if you want to create instruction very quickly, you don't have time, it's easy to create very detailed instruction. There is too much text. It's not useful for operators. Or in some companies, people created really good instructions, but sooner or later, instructions becomes outdated. And if you don't have a process to update instructions, operators will not use them. And in many companies, especially leaders, but also engineers, they told us, we don't have time to update instructions. So we decided to look closer to the process of creating instructions. Why creating instructions takes so much time. And what we found, the process of creating standard work instructions is quite simple. In short, there are only 3 steps. For the first, leader or engineer is going to the workstation, he observes operators, he discusses with them, and creates the list of major steps, key points. Yeah. And he make notes. Then he's taking a pictures to visualize the major steps, the key points. Then he goes back to the office and downloads picture from camera or from smartphone to his or her computer, opens the template, usually in MS Excel, sometimes in Word, sometimes in Google Docs, but in this kind of document. And he tries to create this instruction. So to write down to input name of major steps, key points, to copy paste some pictures. He crops pictures, change size, all these things. And it takes a lot of time. In many cases, it's since 1 to 2 hours to many hours, like 5-6 hours to create one instruction. Why? Because, for example, Excel is not a tool, a graphical tool to make graphical instructions. This is calculation sheet, right? So we came up with quite simple idea. We said maybe we can create an application so you can take a smartphone or tablet. You can go to the shop floor. You can define steps and key points. You can type in the steps and key points to the application or dictate, because we can do it on mobile devices. You can take pictures, add some graphical elements, and then the application will generate instruction in the given template. So when you will tell the application what template you want to use, the application will generate instruction. Then you can open the instruction on a computer and finish it if you want. So it was quite simple idea, and we invited our industrial partners and presented them this idea. And they told us, yeah, such application would be great, but it won't work. So I asked them, why do you think it won't work? And they said, for the first, in our corporation, we have our own instruction templates. This application probably will have some template, maybe customizable a little bit, but its own template. We don't want to switch from our templates to a templates built in an application. Other guys told us, yeah, but in our corporation, we have a corporate standard. We have a system, document management system, DMS, when we store all the instruction in Excel files. And in this application, probably this instruction will be stored in a database or a cloud. We need MS Excel files in our system. And the other people said, nice idea, but on smartphone, it won't be very convenient because, screens are such small. You can't just, for example, create graphical elements, add the graphical elements to the picture. So what we did, we took all these objections and we talked this through in our team. And we decided to do three things. For the first, we decided that we'll create the app. This app will have a library of instruction templates. What is more important, users will be able to add company-specific templates, to define the company-specific templates, and the application will adapt to templates they create. The second thing, we decided that our application should convert all the instructions from database to PDF or Excel files if people need it. And also, we use such principle, we call it one tap. One tap means that when we develop our mobile applications, user needs to do every operation he wants in the minimum number of taps, of touches of the screen. So for example, in our application, when you want to add a oval or rectangle to the picture, it takes about twice less taps or touches of the screen than in typical editor on Samsung or iPhone, for example. And this is how the application work. I will show you short videos. So this is how it works on mobile devices. So if leader is making new instruction, he or she just needs to tap a plus icon, then type in or dictate the title of instruction, then he can add steps. So of course he can type in or dictate the name of the major step, and then he could add, for example, a picture to illustrate this step or this key point. It is quite easy. He just taps the camera icon, and now he can take a picture. Yeah, he can take a picture, for example, in this case, the machine, because it's the maintenance, autonomous maintenance instruction, and he can add some simple graphical elements. He can crop the picture if he wants, all these basic editing, and he can save. And in this way, he can collect information about all the major steps and key points. So then the system will generate the instruction in the given template. So for example, when you open it on a computer, it will look like this. So this is the same instruction, the computer generated instruction in this kind of template, and you can do some finishing. You can change instruction if you want on a tablet, or sorry, on a laptop or computer. It's quite easy. For example, if you want to add more key points for step number 3, you just click add icon, and then new key point is added. There is right number. If you want to add a picture, the picture is placed in right place. The other pictures are renumbered. You can easily swap or change sequence of steps. You just click up icon. So step number 2 now became step number 2. The numbers of steps, key points changed. The sequence of pictures changed. The numbers of pictures changed. So now you can export it to Excel, for example. This is how the instruction looks in Excel file. And here is an important feature, because here the user wants to add a new instruction, and we see that in this particular company there is several templates. So they use different template for assembly, different template for packaging, different template for TPM instruction. They have also 1-point lessons template. So in this application you can have many different templates. So in short, this is how the application works. These are different templates we can use now in application. These templates you could see in the video, but you can have different templates like this one on the right side when you have pictures in rows, not in canvases. Here you have another template which is 1-point lesson. Here is a template with sections when you can have layout of the machine, and then, for example, in one color daily maintenance activities, in another color weekly maintenance activities, things like this. And of course, our users can define their own templates. So here you have 3 templates from companies using the application. So on the left, for example, they wanted a picture on left side, not on the right side. In this instruction on the right, they wanted extra legend or a description of the symbols. In the instruction, you can see at the bottom of this slide, you can see that there is work instruction, but mixed with safety information. So people can create different templates, but also some of our customers, they change templates. So for example, when one of our customers used paper instructions, he created a template in the way so he could have maximum number of steps and pictures on one A3 page. But when he switched to electronic instructions, he just wanted to show people the steps using maximum space on display. Yeah. So for sure, if you implement standard work instruction in the next year, you will change your templates because you will use different way to display instruction: paper, picture, video, and so on. So in short, so finally, we started from simple idea, but finally our application Soft4Lean SWI evolved into a system. In the videos I showed you, you could see how mobile version works, how desktop version or computer version worked, but also we have a database of instructions and a simple web application to display instructions from database on workstations, just like this. And of course, we had to add some other features, like people want to manage instructions, to manage version of instruction in database. People want to sign instructions electronically because you need to confirm that instruction is, for example, approved. And according to ISO system, you need to prove that the proper person signed the document and there was no changes after signing. So these are all features such application needs to have. And in the beginning, we were quite happy because in the end of 2020, first companies began using our apps. And we were very happy because at the beginning, at first, everything went very well. We called to people, we wanted to know, do they like the app, if it helps them. So we received very positive feedbacks. I want just share with you one case study. It was case study when one of our customers, it is Schumacher Packaging Company. They used the application during Kaizen Workshop, and they shared with us how it helped them. So Kaizen Workshop is hands-on experience, and you do improvement rapidly in few days. Yeah, so Kaizen Workshop, you target one station, one work cell, for example, you observe it first day, then second day you analyze and design improvements, then third day you implement, and the fourth day you check if these improvements really you made on station really result in better productivity, quality, and so on, and you rearrange it, because when you check it, you learn more, so we have more ideas how to improve workstation. And such Kaizen workshops or Kaizen bleeds, this is very effective way to improving work cells or assembly lines, for example, very quickly. But there is one problem. The problem is that during such events, usually creating standard work instructions, which is part of improvement, is left for later in most cases. But later, either there is no time to make these instructions, or the resulting document, the resulting instructions are far from method developed during the workshop. Because, after workshop, you need to spend extra time to create this instruction. And this is how people in Schumacher used our application to make instruction actually on Gemba during Kaizen Workshop. And you can read more about this case on Planet Lean, because Planet Lean is described. But in short, when they created new design, new work cell, they set up new work cell, they observe how people are working, they adjusting the improvement, but in the same time, leader could capture the work method and create the instructions on a tablet. Then he could consult it with operators, and thanks to operators' suggestions, immediately adjust the instruction. So at the end of the workshop, they had standard work instruction for the new work cell ready to print out or display at the workstations. Yeah, so it really improved their work. So we are very happy. But then the problem arose because we had more and more customers who began to use our applications, and people began to have more and more experiences with using digital tools to make instructions. And they began to come up with a lot of ideas. So they called us, sent message, and shared with us a lot of ideas how to make new features in applications. And I will give you some examples. So for example, a company who manufactured, designed to order products, they had such idea. So they have idea to create instruction like building elements from Lego bricks. So they said, in our company, because we have design to order production, it's really hard to make standard work instruction because every product is different. But what they found, even if every product is different and standard work instructions are different, they consist of similar building blocks, similar elements. Why? This company is making semi-trailers for trucks. And of course, you can have different, for example, lengths of semi-trailer, but usually you have several standard segments of semi-trailer and maybe one customized segment of semi-trailer. Yeah. So because some elements are the same in all the trailers, some parts of work to be done of assembly process are very similar. So they told us, we want to have a database of building blocks, let's say major steps. And for if you have customized product one, we just want to tick in which building blocks create a new instruction. And we said, yeah, but this is company specific features. None of other customers ask us to do it. We need to charge them extra for doing this. Yeah. But then we thought, okay, this is not the only design to order manufacturer. There will be more of such manufacturing. And this is actually a brilliant idea. Many design to order manufacturers don't know how to solve these issues. So we decided that we made such things for free, company specific features for free. This is rule number one. And rule number two, we have lifelong free updates. So if we do something specific for one company, we know that it could be very beneficial for our other customers or new customers. And in this way, we can spread the ideas of our customers. So it helps not only them, but the whole community of users of our application. And of course, the question is how we can afford it, because our customers had a lot of ideas. It will cost much more money than our budget. So we do it in this way. We have a kind of voting system when every idea starts from a list with one vote. If two customers want the same idea, it comes to two vote list, three customers, free vote list. And if something is for free vote on free votes list, it goes to backlog, so we make it. And of course, we have key users who use hundreds of licenses of our application. And one day idea is worth free votes, so it immediately goes to free votes. And sometimes customers had to wait several weeks for us to implement the new features, sometimes several months. For now, we implemented all the features customer wants. or they are in implementation process. We didn't implement one thing for now. We don't have an iPhone version of our iOS version of our mobile application. It is quite costly. We plan to develop it next year. So for this functionality, customers, we have to wait. So this is in short about our application. If you want to learn more how we work or try out the application, you can contact me or contact us through our webpage, www.soft4lean.com, or you can just scan this QR code. It will redirect you to this webpage. Go to the contact tab and just send us some contact details. We'll contact you. And for first 5 companies who, after this presentation, will send us information through our webpage, we offer 8-month free license. And after this 8 months, you can convert all the instructions you made, for example, to XLS files and still use it without our application, or you can buy our application if you want with 20% discount. But for all the other companies, we always offer 1 month free testing. So I think my time is, this is the end of my time because I had to finish like 11. We have 1 minute. I'm not sure if you have any questions. Maybe I could answer one question, but you should send it on Q&A tab. So okay, if you have questions, just contact me via LinkedIn. You just type in Remi Korbal in LinkedIn, then you find me, or send me an email. I'm happy to answer all the questions and discuss all the issues related to standardized work and digitalization, helping people with standardized work. So yeah, so thank you and have a good time during our Lean Global Connection event. Bye.